Alrighty, folks, how's it going? Welcome to the Floridians podcast, a Philly sports podcast based in Florida. I'm David. Joining me today is my buddy Luke. Going on today will be a lot of things going on in the Philly sports world. A lot of things, a lot of good, a lot of bad, a lot of questions. So we'll get all into that. I don't have any sponsors for this one, to be honest. There's no sponsors. That's okay. We'll get them. There's no sponsors.
We'll get them eventually.
If anybody has maybe $20 they can spare, we accept Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, you name it, we got it. Apple Pay, Google Pay, case may be.
Mail orders.
Mail orders, mail order, yeah. Mail orders are great. Female orders, all this good. Yeah, so this is the first time that we've actually hung out in person since the Super Bowl win, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do much for the Super Bowl. There's an Eagles bar near me that I go to, but I just didn't. I don't know. It was like sort of like a nerve sort of thing for me. I don't know.
You know, it was just together with the family, but like it was a weird vibe because we were so excited for the Super Bowl, but we kind of waited to like really drink until we pretty much like knew we were gonna win, because I didn't want to sit there and be like hammered in the second quarter, and you know how Kansas City is with those flags and all that. I didn't want to be a mess before the halftime show, so it really took until like midway through the third quarter when like we were close to up to 34-0 that like we really started like drinking and partying, because I was scared.
That happened to me. I got like too drunk at halftime.
No, I did the same thing.
I'm like, we're up by 10. Let's go. Rihanna's on.
I was just so excited because I'm like, oh, like I'm hosting like a Super Bowl party in like my college apartment. Like, this is awesome. We made all this food. We got all this drink. I had been drinking since like 11 in the morning.
Yeah, I think I've been. Yeah, man. I think I did a bender that day too.
Way too hungover to go to class the next day. I slept in my Eagles jersey. I was heartbroken.
Yeah, I cried. Whether that be the bottle or.
I didn't cry, but I was scared to look at the Madden on my PlayStation. I was scared to even look that Madden was on there for like 2 months. I did not want to think football.
And then the Phillies, like just that like that was just like that was a weird.
I genuinely think that losing a Super Bowl is like more heartbreaking than not winning a single game. Like, I feel like it would hurt less to be the 2008 Lions than to lose in the Super Bowl like we did. That's my hot take.
That's debate. Like, would you rather go 0-16?
I feel like it's easier with that kind of season because you give up hope. Whereas with the Super Bowl, you're holding hope for, assuming you're a 1 seed and get the bye week, like 20, 21 weeks.
Yeah, but like when you go 0-16, I mean, like yeah, you're going to get a good draft pick, but you can, or else now your marketing for your team is like, it's completely.
Well, you can at least give up by around week 9 and just go, okay, like let's focus on next year and everything. When you lose a Super Bowl like that, you're just numb for so long. When you lose that many games, you can just get over it. Like, your team stinks and all that. You're not going anywhere. You can focus there. You have enough time to experience the heartbreak and get over it by the off season. Whereas losing the Super Bowl, you sit there, you lose, you're heartbroken for like a month. You see the off season is already starting, your team signing players, and you just don't even care.
Sure. Yeah. I don't know.
It's a debate. Like, sure.
I'm still watching. Like, I still watch this. Like, I guess I still watch the Sixers, even though like they're awful.
Well, like the 10 and 7, I know they're different sports, but the 10-72 Sixers season hurt a lot less than the Super Bowl loss.
Sure. Oh yeah. No, I mean, like, absolutely. Like, when the Sixers ended their season, like they lost their like 72nd game, I wasn't like crying. Like,
and that wasn't the first time they did it. They kept breaking their own loss streak record for like 3 years.
It was like, I don't know. It's like it was terrible, because I think the one thing about it, like, is like, especially when watching this Sixers team, is that there is, I guess there's still some hope. Like, I mean, Jared McCain got injured, yes, but he's still, he's going to come back next year and he's going to be phenomenal. Quentin Grimes came out of nowhere. Ricky Council came out of nowhere. I think it's sort of a
Jared McCain.
Jared McCain. Yeah, I said Jared McCain. I said Jared McCain originally at first. Maybe if you were paying attention, maybe we would come up with something, some other names. But yeah.
Talk about Paul George though.
Well, yeah, I don't think
he's the most disappointing signing ever in Sixers. Let's limit it to Sixers.
No, Al Horford. I would say Al Horford is way more disappointing. Because you didn't even sign Al Horford because he fit well with the team. You signed him because he was the only center that was killing us in the East.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you kind of just did it as a petty move to take him from Boston.
Yeah, and he played like shit that year for us, and then
we traded him to the Thunder for Danny Green,
and then the Thunder cut him, and then he's right back in Boston. And he was averaging like 13 and 9,
and then he just won the championship.
And then they just won a chip. Yeah, so like I still think that that whole situation is still a little bit more than just Paul George coming out and being mediocre.
Now, do you think it has the opportunity to get worse than Al Horford if we're stuck with Paul George for the whole contract and are paying him like $48 million when he's 37?
That's the whole reason why I thought it was that they shouldn't have done it.
Well, I think everyone did.
No, a lot of people didn't. They were like, "Oh, I know it's a good contract for the first 2 years. It's a good contract, man. It's a good contract." That's what I heard.
I honestly think that was just trying to be positive about it. I don't think anyone actually genuinely believed that. It's just it happened, and you have to make peace with that.
There's also Reddit, so I mean, take it.
Yeah,
great.
So, I mean, if Embiid were Embiid this year, and that if he were available, and we're still assuming that Maxi's the same player he has been this season because he's been the one bright spot. So Jared McCain, but we lost him.
So that's the thing. You're assuming Jared McCain isn't that's 15 points off the board. You know what I mean? So assuming like a when healthy squad, I don't think we're going to be in the same position.
Well, especially, and that's taking a lot of liberties when you're looking at a team with a 6 foot even point guard, Paul George and Joel Embiid, and going when healthy, because that's not going to be very often.
A lot of it's mental too. Like just when you come out and say that you're bored playing basketball, like I don't
well, like Paul George has never had that. I don't want to sit here and say he's mentally weak because obviously he's a professional basketball player. It takes a lot of effort to get there, but compared to his peers, I just don't think he has that same level to him. Even people call Kevin Durant soft, but he came back from an Achilles tear, had one of, if maybe his best season with Brooklyn. If his foot were a couple inches shorter, they might have won the championship that year. He spent so long, especially in OKC when he had that top 5 voting MVP year. I think he was top 5. I don't have that in front of me.
Top 3.
Top 3? Yeah. So, yeah, in the top 5. But again, I don't have that in front of me. That's not the point. People kept putting him on a pedestal. I just never really think he was deserving of. No. People were so quick to throw him into the elite superstars, the Steph Currys, the LeBrons, the Kevin Durants, and it's just, I think he's a lot closer, and no disrespect at all to him, but he's a lot closer to a Jaylen Brown level player than he is a Kevin Durant or LeBron James.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it was just because he's flashy. Like he had that whole stint in Indiana, and then
I mean, Indiana was impressive. I mean, Indiana kind of got flipped upside down because they looked like they could have done something. He broke his leg in the Olympics. Roy Hibbert dropped off the face of the earth. Lance Stevenson left. I mean, they could have done maybe something, but also at the same time, you can sit there and say maybe that 2014 Eastern Conference Finals was their ceiling.
Sure.
They were the 1 seed that year. It looked like the year they could do it. The Heat were tired, and they got dispatched in 5 games. Maybe 6. And it wasn't really a close series.
Yeah. I mean, it's just such a weird contract. Like, not a lot of guys, like, I don't know. I feel like they just see these stars. Well, the problem with the Sixers is that they don't sign guys to, I don't think the ownership and the front office have their heart in it. And I know it might sound dramatic, but I genuinely believe it.
I think that's part of it too. I think the other thing is that NBA players are so obsessed with going to California or Florida. Like they're always so obsessed with going to the big market teams. It seems like the Sixers, which I guess technically count as a big market, but I wouldn't call Philly you got your destination.
The Eagles, I just read that the Eagles are like one of the best, hottest destinations in the NFL.
But that's different. The NFL players have a different mentality than NBA.
No, but it's just the culture. Why do the Eagles have this culture of like, we're going to win, we're going to be loyal, stay with, like these guys that come with them to the Eagles, most of them have a long time.
But you see a lot of players in the NFL or across it just sign with teams that aren't destinations because they want to win. NBA players, if Utah were the best team in the league, no one would sign there. They just all want to go to LA. They all want to go to Miami. So when you're a team like the Sixers, you have to overpay.
But is Golden State really that glamorous of a?
I mean, San Francisco. I mean, not going into all the stuff outside basketball.
Everybody wanted to go to Golden State.
Mm-hmm. I'd say a lot of people wanted to go to San Francisco.
But I don't think of, like, when I think of San Francisco, I don't think of it like Miami and LA. I'm not thinking, where are we going on vacation?
No, but I mean, Miami. Would you rather play in San Francisco or would you rather play in Utah or Minnesota?
Miami.
But it's like, what the point I'm trying to make is that with these in the NBA, you have to overpay when you're not a premier destination because players will take less money to go to a better spot because they're weird like that. And it's the media too, because you see every time. How many articles over the years have you seen written about mock drafts to get Giannis to the Lakers?
Millions.
Like the media is just obsessed with putting them in Miami, New York, LA.
That's why like the Clippers, they always had that sort of conversation, and then they actually started to sign everybody. And they just didn't have the coaching, the ownership, the depth.
Well, they have the ownership. Ballmer really turned it around.
Yeah. But I don't know.
Ballmer cares.
Yeah. Ballmer cares. But it's just like, you have the Eagles across the street who have this crazy winning culture. I just don't know. I don't know. I've seen I feel like the Sixers care more about selling a product than they do winning a team. That's just how the culture is, especially with...
No, it's definitely ownership too, but I think it's on the players a bit too.
Oh, it absolutely is on the players. I mean,
we were a better team and way more capable of winning in 2018, and LeBron chose the Lakers over the Sixers.
Yeah.
I definitely think you have to throw more money. You have to overpay if you're the Sixers in that position to have a fighting chance against sunny LA beaches.
And you're overpaying on stuff that isn't going to win you.
That's what it is. You see all the bad contracts and stuff that age poorly are on the smaller market teams because they have to go balls to the wall to keep their players.
The best thing the Sixers could have done is taken all that money and just build around Maxey and Embiid. And just have done that because...
I mean, you even saw it with Kawhi. Kawhi won a championship and that didn't even convince him to stay in Toronto.
That's crazy.
Players care more about where they live than winning in the NBA.
That's crazy to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I guess there's more that goes into it, but
I get it. You're spending a long time. I mean, it's different in the NFL because...
But if Utah offers me a bag, I'm not going to Utah's not bad to live in.
No, but I mean, would you take a $60 million contract from Utah? Or a $60 million contract from Miami?
Who's better? It depends.
To you.
So I guess to me, yeah, but
to them it doesn't matter.
I guess but you don't think there's one guy? I mean, I think Maxey's like that. I don't think Maxey cares about. He doesn't seem like the guy that's...
Maxey's a dog.
Well, he is a dog, but he doesn't seem like the guy that cares about the glitz and the glamour and of an LA or Miami.
But a lot of them do.
I mean, think about AI. AI was the face of the league, and when he and the Sixers weren't really a marketable.
It's just where they were, because when you're sitting back there in 2000, you're much, I guess, less removed from the Dr. J and Moses days. That's still fresher in everyone's memory. You had Charles Barkley.
Yeah. But they still went. They went through a lot of. I mean, I don't know much about it, but I know like the '90s weren't as
No, the 90s weren't good
for the
until Allen Iverson. But when you're sitting there and drafting AI in 96, you won the championship 13 years ago. So that's pretty long. But I mean, you still have that. You've won relatively recently. You had to move on from Barkley. Moses moved on and had a pretty short career after he left the Sixers. Dr. J retired. But I mean, you still had that winning culture in the building. But we are now 20 years removed from being 13 years removed from a winning culture.
Yeah.
It's been 40 years. Over 40.
And it just baffles me because every other team has been back since. Every other team in Philadelphia has been back since, besides the Sixers. I think the only team that hasn't been to since the Sixers is like the Wings, and that's lacrosse.
Who cares?
I don't know. They had a decent crowd for the home opener.
I guess, but how much were the tickets?
They do like
Don't really love any excuse to day drink.
Well, they do like a meal deal with their tickets.
Yeah, so I mean that's a good deal.
I don't know. We talked.
That's the thing too. Phillies games are really easy to fill because they sell their tickets at a reasonable price. It's nice to spend an afternoon,
But they're good.
I know, but it's all even when they were bad.
Even
For that 10-year stretch, they still filled the seats because it was $30 to go into the game.
Well, they still had the guys like if you wanted to see Ryan Howard and Chase Utley and
But
Jay Rawl and all those. Yeah,
But still, if you give the fans an affordable experience, they're gonna go.
well, the Sixers have an affordable experience. That's like that's my biggest like what. And you're not gonna have. You're right. You're not gonna have a winning culture either when you have an owner that owns two of your rivals.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know, Josh Harris owns the New Jersey Devils. He owns the Washington Commanders. We just played the Commanders in the NFC Championship for, you know what I mean? I don't think, I don't know. And maybe it's like me just being dramatic as a sports fan sitting here on the couch, but it's like, and maybe, you know, I'm not a billionaire. I don't know about investment businesses and shit, but
I feel like he owes it to sell the team.
yeah, well, yeah. And that's my thing is like,
If you're gonna buy all the rivals,
because when you actually break it down,
but I don't think guys like that care.
yeah, but think about when you go to like a Sixers game, you know, you pay $100 for the ticket. So you go,
Yeah,
oh, my kid wants a jersey, or I need a jersey, or I
what's another 150?
That's on $150. I'm getting kind of hungry. Let me go buy a $30 cheesesteak and fries. So
$30 beer.
So you're at like, yeah, so you're at what, $300 now? You know what I mean? Like, and these are people's like paychecks. You know what I mean? And people do this every game, and they get season tickets, and they collect Sixers memorabilia.
So you're not showing them the same love they're showing you.
Yeah, and the Eagles do. The Eagles do. The Phillies.
For the longest time, they didn't, though.
For the longest time, they didn't, but then they did. Like,
Took a change in ownership.
yeah. And once you realize, like, we've been winning, it's like, you
I
know,
feel like new ownership would fix a lot, but not everything.
but like my point is like the Eagles started winning, and it's like, yeah, honestly, like whatever happens, like I guess whatever happens like next year, like with the Eagles, like I'm not gonna feel any type of way if we lose, like if we make the wild card, win the wild card game, and lose in the second round. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna feel any type of way because of how dominant this Super Bowl team was. Like if they come out and they go 4-13, then yeah, like stuff needs to change. But if they make it to the NFC Championship and lose, like I don't think that's necessarily a
Well, that's better than most teams do.
exactly
Winning the Super Bowl.
exactly. I don't because I remember after we won in 52, everyone like I remember listening to the radio stations, and they were like, oh, it's a Super Bowl or bust. We gotta win the Super Bowl. Like it has to be the Super Bowl, or if we don't win the Super Bowl, we gotta do everything. And they did. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I think Doug Peterson should still be the coach of the Eagles. Like,
I just think it's really funny that the Eagles won a Super Bowl, and then that team fell apart, and they rebuilt, got a new quarterback, a new coach, and made another Super Bowl before Dallas did shit.
yeah, funny. Dallas did anything before Dallas did anything. That's and that's the point. Ownership. Jerry Jones doesn't care about how the Cowboys do because he sells tickets. You can sell AT&T Stadium. You can sell that experience. The Sixers are trying to do that, and they can't. You can't go to Wells Fargo Center. I've been to plenty of Sixers games. I have maybe a couple times I mean, like I've sat pretty close, like, but like I've never like, man, that was the time of my like sitting here now, like I don't know, like I watched Travis Scott at the Wells Fargo Center, and I thought that was like cooler than
Honestly, I think the best time I ever had at the Sixers game was going that year. They were 10-72.
because you just get cheap seats to watch, and then like Golden State would come into town, and like I went to one game in Indiana was in town, and like Paul George, like right in his prime, and he did a bunch of cool dunks, and that was the same day that Villanova was in the Final Four against Oklahoma, so they were playing during the game breaks. They were playing the Villanova game, and people were louder about Villanova than they were about the Sixers at the time. Like that's.
Well, yeah, I mean, one's in the Final Four. One's fighting for a top 4 draft spot.
But it's crazy. Like, one is a school that is debated if it's even a Philly school, which is just a weird argument in and of itself. And most of the people at Sixers games probably haven't. Villanova's a tough school to get in. So, I'm a Villanova fan. I would have never gotten into Villanova, but they had a cool culture, and that's what I'm saying. The Sixers have this cool culture. They're selling it fine, maybe, but it's got to translate into winning.
Yeah.
And the Flyers tried it. I mean, the Flyers are just like, they're dead to everybody. I mean, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
You got your diehard hockey fans, but really, who cares about the Flyers at all?
Comcast team.
Exactly, Comcast. Like, you're never going to sell me on a team that's owned by a crappy cable company. You're not going to. Hey, they do phones too. They do crappy. The phone service is worse. I don't know how that's possible. I don't know how that's possible.
What do you think's worse, their phone service or their ownership of the Flyers?
Wow, that's tough.
Like, the fact that it's an argument is a problem in itself.
Can you do what's worse, your cable company or your hockey team? I don't know, man. You could get some like crazy. I don't know. You can get some like 50-year-old dude from Allentown, and with like $1 billion, and just have him buy the Flyers, and I guarantee you we'll be in the Stanley Cup in like next season. Guaranteed.
I think it's also the fact that Philly's just a football town.
I disagree. Well, so I don't know. No, there's a lot of people that love the Sixers.
Oh, absolutely. But everyone loves the Eagles.
Sure, but like everybody loves the Phillies too. Like,
well, I think the Eagles are the biggest team in Philadelphia, and they have been
right now. Yeah, I would say.
No, I think they have been. Philly's a football town.
I would say before pre-2017,
that was always the Eagles.
Pre Andy Reid blowing all those NFC championship games, like in the 2000s, I would say maybe in the 90s, probably.
I think in our lifetime, it's.
I don't
before it's the Eagles.
I don't know. Like, bro, like it depends. In my lifetime, I don't know, because like when I before I don't know. Like, it was like,
I think Philly's a football town.
When I was like, we were the same age. Like, you don't remember the Phillies like in 2008 and like Ryan Howard was like Superman to me, dude.
I don't think we're going to see a celebration as crazy as an Eagles Super Bowl if, say, like the Flyers or the Sixers win one.
I don't know if the Sixers win one. That might be crazy.
I know, but it's the Eagles.
Well, the Eagles are never going to get as crazy of a parade, because I feel like once you win 2 Super Bowls, it's like, all right, you're already solidified as a like an I'm him franchise, so to speak. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're already solidified.
But you know what's better than the second? The third one.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if they go into the next season and they don't win a Super Bowl, I'm going to be like, well, we just kicked the shit out of the Chiefs last year. Like,
yeah, I know.
I've had it pretty good as an Eagles fan. I'm not, you know.
But I think Philly's a football town. I think Pennsylvania's a football state. Like, I think Pittsburgh's all about Steelers too.
Well, yeah.
I think Pennsylvania, both their cities are defined by their football team.
But they have Penn State, which is whatever they have.
People get amped about Temple football. I don't know what they get amped about. There isn't much going on there, but they love it.
Yeah, they do.
Pitt football is big.
It's not as big as, I don't know.
Not as big as the Steelers, but people love Pitt.
I don't know much about college football, to be honest with you.
in the Pittsburgh area, Pitt has a big
Oh
following.
yeah, I know. I have siblings. Yeah, they it's definitely a Steelers town. Definitely. But I don't know, like the Phillies, like I don't know, it's just they just had like a different, like it was just something magical in the air when the Phillies like were back in the World Series versus the Eagles. Like it was cool when the Eagles were back, but I felt like I was more confident in the Eagles, and I knew that they were gonna. I feel like going in, I knew that they were gonna win the Super Bowl, but then with the Phillies, it was just a much different feeling in 22, even in 23 when they made
Well, but I don't think anything's gonna match 2017 with the Eagles.
No, absolutely not. Your first Super Bowl is I don't know. I don't know which this is the best Eagles team we've ever had. So is this to me this is more memorable than 2017 in a way. Because it worked out. Everything that they planned worked out.
I know, but 2017 was just a miracle run. It was a Cinderella run.
Right, but this is right. But like
And it's your first.
but it's
You'll never forget your first, baby.
yeah, but it's like if I plan to make you a lasagna and I end up making you like a different dish and you're like, this is still really good. It's like, yeah, I still feel pretty good about that, but
I don't really know where you're going with this.
no, but hear me out. But then if I make you a lasagna and it ends up being a really damn good lasagna, I feel like I'll feel better about that because that's what I was trying to accomplish, you know?
Yeah, but I like the other one because you did it first.
Sure, but
I don't think you can compare Super Bowls to lasagna.
I think you can. I think Super Bowl and lasagna go hand in hand. You got different layers. You got your ricotta, which is like your halftime show. You know, it's the you got your pasta dish. You know, that's like the first half. Then you got your meat sauce, which is like the I don't know.
See, you don't even know where you're going.
I know where. But I'm saying like when you plan to do something and it goes well, that feels better than when like shit hits the fan. You lose your star quarterback and you have to throw in your backup.
Yeah, but how about that you plan so well that your backups can get it done? If anything, that's even better.
Sure,
It's like making a lasagna out of icing.
but then it's also like you think back
It's not supposed to work, but it did.
yeah, lasagna made out of icing.
Like, I feel like it comes down to more improv is more impressive than following the direction.
I guess.
We're just going to differ in opinion here. The point is we have two. So
That's the thing. It's like it's
not a lot of people can say that.
it's like hey, which Rolex do you like more that you?
Yeah. Not a lot of people can say they have two or more, except, Dallas is Aaron. Like, you won 5. It's like, well,
half of them.
it's not on VHS.
Yeah, it's like half of them weren't even alive for it.
Nah,
It's like stop talking.
I don't feel like you should be able to brag about championships you didn't experience.
I agree. Like you don't see me sitting here bragging about we won it in '83, the Sixers. We got it at
17 years before I was born.
Yeah, heck yeah, dude. We got it. Like I don't.
It's like the problem with the Yankees. If they have 27, yeah, that's a lot. So, yeah, you can brag a bit about that.
And guys and like kids growing up, some kids haven't even seen it. Like if you're a 12-year-old Yankees fan, you haven't seen them win a World Series.
Which is fine.
I guess.
Some teams, it takes a while to win a championship.
But like,
Except for the Yankees, you have more money than God.
we've had 27 and I can't win one. I can't witness one. That's how I feel about the Sixers. I'm like, we had Dr. J, Allen Iverson, Moses Malone, Wilt Chamberlain. I can't.
Well, 3 out of those 4 did win one.
Yeah, I know, but I haven't seen one. I can't see Embiid get one. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like I deserve it.
I don't know. I feel like you're hinting at, like, digging up Wilt Chamberlain and getting him to get us another one.
Wilt Chamberlain, if we have a way to get Wilt Chamberlain, I don't know. You think he scored 100 points?
Yes. Stop denying it. And stop denying the moon landing shit.
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe a green screen could have been in there. They didn't have any footage of Wilt Chamberlain. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Wilt was goated with the sauce.
Wilt was indeed. Even if let's say like it comes out and the story is like, hey, he didn't score 100 points. It's like, okay, he's still arguably.
Okay, does the story change at all if they come out and they say, like, he did score 100? Well, not like he had that high-scoring game, but it was actually 98. Do you think that changes anything? No, that's still the highest scoring game ever.
No, because like 81. I mean,
No, but I think he had 100. I think there's no way you keep it under wraps for this long without someone being there denying it.
yeah. I mean,
Because you'd have to keep the entire crowd quiet, the entire staff who's there, the family of the staff. You're talking about keeping thousands of people quiet for 60 years.
What do you mean being quiet?
Yeah, if it didn't happen, you don't think someone would come out and go, I had tickets to the game. I was there. He had like 35.
I'm sure somebody has come out and said that.
Well, you got to find that.
We have technology. Has somebody, let me ask, the power of Allen Iverson, AI, has anyone attended Wilt's 100-point game and denied that he scored 100 points? And I have it search the web, so it's has accurate results, because it's say like Joe Schmo said he went to the game. And so let's see, has anyone attended? There's no credible evidence that any attendees of Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game have denied the authenticity of the achievement. Some skepticism has arisen as over the years, primarily due to the lack of visual evidence. Discussions among fans, such as those on Reddit, reflect the skepticism. Of course, Reddit reflects it. Skeptical about it. I guess, yeah. If anybody
But that's the thing too, because there's people are denying it in the modern age because there's no footage of it.
Video. And I think the reason that people deny it is that there was video in 62, but it wasn't like how it is today, where you just pop.
Yes, but it's also entirely believable that game was played in Hershey.
That's another thing.
It's not like anyone walked in knowing history was going to be made that night.
Because there's footage.
It's not like you could just pull out a smartphone.
Because I'm pretty sure there's footage of the first NBA game, and that was taking place at Madison Square Garden.
But that's history.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
This is this is before everything was on camera.
What was the game that he was playing? Was it just a regular season game?
Was it? Yeah. It was 1962, I think.
Yeah, it was 62. I think it was in March. No, March 2nd, 1962.
Do you know who was playing?
The Knicks.
Yeah.
Trying to see if I'm just trying to see if it was any sort of game that was memorable, if it was just a regular, because they did it. I think when you have a basketball game in Hershey, in Pennsylvania, for the high school state championship in Pennsylvania,
because you also have to consider with the NBA, their games were on tape delay until Bird versus Magic. Again, there's a very possible realm where the league just didn't see it as worthwhile to waste resources to get that much footage of a random regular season game. Yeah, it was played in Hershey. In that era of tape delay and people not really caring about basketball.
Yeah, and I guess there's I think there's also radio, audio of it too, for the radio broadcast.
I feel like that's just a weird hill to die on, denying that.
Yeah, I just think it's funny.
Because it's if you're going to sit there and deny, it's a 100-point game, what's stopping you from denying the legitimacy of the 1948 NBA championship?
Yeah.
Or they're all stored in the records and confirmed true by the league. So why die on that hill of it's a 100-point game and not say the rebounds or the most free throws made? It just seems like a weird hill to die on.
But I think the one thing, and I'm just playing the bad guy here. I don't deny that he scored 100 points, but I think the only reason is it's just such a perfect number too, 100 points, exactly. It wasn't 102, it wasn't 98, it was exactly 100 points.
Yeah, but I mean, people do that all the time. They drop exactly 60.
That's true.
Exactly
50. Yeah.
So it's just a number.
It could just be it was just a freak thing that happened. And anytime a freak thing happens, people are going to question it.
But
yeah,
I feel like it's just a coincidence,
Yeah. It's a lot going on. In the Philly sports world right now.
Not a whole lot of good. I mean, obviously we won the Super Bowl, but now we're moving on to the teams that are less than aware.
Yeah, I mean, like the Sixers, you know, they have to rebuild, which is I think is like sort of the consensus.
How are you going to do that?
You draft. You hope you get Cooper Flagg, Ace Bailey. You build around Maxey. You hope
Our
Embiid.
pick's only top 6 protected. If we fall to 7, we don't have that draft pick, which is where we are right now. Mock drafts have us losing that pick to the Thunder.
Sure, and if that happens, I don't know.
But then, even if you want to rebuild, you have to move off Embiid's contract. You have to move off Paul George's contract. You have to make do with the fact that you're already paying someone all that money in Maxey.
I'm fine with doing all that. I would rather do all that, than go through what we're going through right now.
No, absolutely. But is it possible? Because we're going to get a lot worse before we get better.
I don't know.
We're not going to get a whole lot.
I don't know. We have $1 billion to get us new stadium in Chinatown.
Yeah, but that doesn't have a salary cap.
Whatever.
We're not going to get a lot in return. If anything, we're probably going to have to give up a lot to get off Paul George's contract.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah,
like we're going to have to lose a young stud.
Yeah, well, they're talking about trading him in the summer. I mean, yeah, so they're just going to have to.
Who's going to want him?
If that's what I think. What are you going to get for him? And people even talk about trading Embiid. What are you going to get for him?
Embiid's more plausible.
What are you going to get for Embiid?
Because at least when Embiid, he plays well.
I don't know. And now people are saying he's going to come back and be like a 25-minute-a-game guy. I don't know. Like, I'm still not.
Well, then that's the thing where you have to wonder, is Embiid at 25 minutes a game better than anything he get in return?
I'm still on the Embiid train. Like, I still think he can come back.
He's one of my favorites.
Yeah. And I was right about Jalen Hurts with the same thing. I said Jalen Hurts is going to come back and be a stud and maybe happen to win the Super Bowl MVP. So I'm going to ride that train for a while, being right on that.
Should have been Cooper DeJean. Exciting whites. Pick 6 on your birthday. That's crazy. Even if you don't, like, imagine how crazy a birthday you'd have if you got a pick 6 off the supposedly best quarterback in the league. I'm not here to argue that, but people do, in the Super Bowl on your birthday. And then imagine if you win Super Bowl MVP on top of that. That's got to be your peak for life, right? It doesn't matter if you get married and win the lottery in the same day.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think you're ever going to have a better day than that for the rest of your life.
That has to be his peak. That has to be his peak.
Like, if he wins Super Bowl MVP, like, I don't think Cooper DeJean will ever have a better day in his life than that, if he did.
You mean if he won it in 59?
Yeah, like this past...
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Well, because it's his birthday, pick 6 in the Super Bowl, wins Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah.
On your birthday. Like, I think it's impossible to have a better day than that.
But if I woke up and drove my Bugatti to the beach and got on my yacht and ate a filet mignon, that would be the best day of my life. That didn't happen. Unfortunately, that's probably not going to happen.
But I'm just saying, is it possible to have a better day than that to win Super Bowl MVP on your birthday?
I don't know. Is it possible?
Like, again, I feel like you could get married to win the lottery on the same day. And I go, yeah, but I won Super Bowl MVP. This is the second best day of my life.
That's true. All right. We're at 40 minutes. I think we'll wrap it up here for first episode. Lots going to happen. We'll see what happens with.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna add more structure to this. Definitely, this was definitely a feeling out episode.
Oh yeah, especially with summer coming up with the Phillies and free agency with the Sixers and the draft going on and what's the schedule for NFL releases and what's.
Yeah, Dave having a new co-host. It's definitely
yes.
Got to get used to each other.
We've known each other for
but on the air, everything.
I guess, yeah. But I felt like this was just sitting down.
It was talking.
Yeah, it was great.
It was a lot of fun. Let's keep doing it.
That's absolutely. We'll keep you posted. Make sure to follow us on all social media. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Send us money.
Send us money. We need money. We don't care how we get it. Cash, plastic, paper, Zelle, Venmo, crypto, Doge.
No ink packs.
Ink packs.
Yeah.
I would take
no stolen money.
I would take an ink pack. The price of it. Do you have a printer? You don't have a printer. That's why.
No stolen money.
No stolen money.
In the banks when they.
Yeah.
Well, with the ink, I don't want any dyed bills.
What do we plan? Payday here? Come on.
Yeah. It's possible.
It's a fun game.
People love to use stolen money.
People love payday.
I just don't want it.
Yeah, that's great. Anyways, alrighty. Well, we're gonna wrap it up here. Hope everyone has a happy St. Patty's Day. Also, be safe. Go Birds. Everyone
Green this weekend.
wear green or you get pinched. You get pinched. That's not good. Not good to get pinched. All right. Well, we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a good one. Thank you.